Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-December 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Geminis, my guides. Talk to me. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic. I'm sure you are, right? Let's see what's up, my guides. Talk to me. And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. Let's get this first card out here, please, and thank you. What's going on? All right, yeah, that one came out quick. I hope you saw that on camera. So this is Libra-like energy showing up here front and center. This is good energy, usually of balance. So whether that's something you're craving or something that's happening, I like it. It's a good sign. Now, before we start peeling back the layers of that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of all that, into the reading, no more promo. Have a look at this card. Now you see there's this person, they have the two yin-yangs, there's literally the Libra sign. So when this card shows up, we think about the thought process of balance, right? Now, in regular day-to-day life, it's rarely ever achieved, right? Nothing is ever in a true state of balance. But that could be something you're really craving or wanting, or something that could be coming in for you. This is an energy of harmoniousness or harmony in general. So this can be good. Now, for a portion of you, yeah, could it be decision-making, making a choice, choosing a path? Absolutely. But when I see this harmonious type of energy front and center, that bodes well, regardless of what we have in the rest of the reading. This harmony is nice. Now, for a portion of you, yeah, maybe it's an important Libra that Spirit's highlighting, sure. But we're going to put that down for now and get into tarot. I always say that doesn't make or break the reading. That first card's just a little footnote. But I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive, juicy stuff going, using the lovely Tarot in Wonderland. Been having a blast with this deck, so let's shuffle it up. What do we got for Gemini, please? Guys. So, last week's reading, and I'll say this, over like the past month, I've been getting way too many towers for my liking in the Gemini readings. Last week's reading was titled A Shocking Situation. So whether it's one that happened, one that's still upcoming, I didn't like the volatility I was seeing. But either way, that could have been towers for someone else around you. You know these readings are never set in stone. Okay, they're very pliable. So only take it how it fits for you. It's not one size fits all. Let's get 3 cards out here, because we could be seeing your energy or someone you're linked to. I always like to give that little caveat, but I'm sure almost everybody knows about that. So we do have the Chariot leading us off. We are starting with a boom, my friends. Interesting. I always like when we start off with the Chariot, because it's like, okay, let's go. Let's get this moving. Let's get this going. It's a big card of action. Let's get 2 more. Quick. Okay, what do we got? Okay, the Star card, that's good. So 2 extremely powerful major arcana here, starting us off in this reading. Positive. Let's get 1 more, though, and then we'll really start breaking all this down. So we're absolutely going to have to clarify these. Yeah, so you have triple major arcana starting you off. These are extremely powerful energies. We have the Fool card on the back end. So on the positive note, yeah, there's a lot of action. There's a lot of change and movement depicted in these cards, but they're just super strong energies, and we're going to have to clarify them. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get the juicy intuitive stuff. Lots of zodiac signs showing up here, but in position number 1, we have the Chariot. So this could represent a Cancerian or somebody who is a Cancer. When I see this card, like I was saying, I think of action, movement. This is probably the fastest card in the deck. Now, I know that could be argued, but when I see this, I think of somebody shooting off towards something, like to or from, coming or going. It's one or the other. Now, this could also represent travel, taking a trip, distance, of course. But when I see the Chariot, I think of somebody revving up. Now, in the positive, it's a good determined energy. In the negative, I've been saying this a lot recently, the Chariot is an instrument of war. So it could represent bumping heads possibly. Let's not go down that road just yet. In the center, we have the Star card. This could represent an Aquarius, right? Maybe you have that in your chart. This is one of the most beautiful energies in the whole entire tarot deck. This is an energy of hope. When I see this, I think of victories, winning, triumphs, stuff like that. It could also represent the distant future, like having a light at the end of the tunnel, like something to work for, something to work towards. This is a big energy of hope. The star can also represent wish fulfillment if this isn't an Aquarius in your life. So I do like that it's showing face in the spread, especially like we're going from the Chariot to the star. This could be something really nice, like wish fulfillment, good things coming in. So we're starting off on a much more positive foot than we have been recently. Now, moving to the very back end, we do have the Fool card. Just like all cards, this does have a double-edged sword. Now, this could be someone in your life that is an Aries. If that's not it, the Fool is the protagonist of the tarot deck, right? The Fool represents the beginning of a new chapter, the beginning of a new journey. I love this card. It's jovial, it's happy, it's a funny, lighthearted type of energy. But the warning involved with the Fool card is to not do too many spontaneous things when it shows up. Because generally this Fool is about to walk off a damn cliff. You see in this rendition, she's about to fall down that hole. So you want to be cautious when the Fool card shows up. I'd say cautiously optimistic. So this is good. The way the energy's looking in, I just have to say the fact that they are major arcana represent strong, powerful archetypes, powerful energy overall. And we're going to want to dig deeper, so let's do that. Let's jump in and clarify. And so let's get a good shuffle here. For the Geminis, please. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on this Chariot. Let's see what's coming towards you. And also, if you're a tarot reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages off this spread that you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind. You won't be stepping on my toes. All right, Chariot. Why is the Chariot here? Okay, thank you. Five of Swords, yeah, beware. This is a little bit of warning about conflict. This is about someone possibly putting up a fight as well. That's initially what I'm thinking here, because when we mix the Chariot with the Five of Swords, this is can't stop, won't stop type of energy, so that could be good. I'm feeling two main energies here. This is somebody who could be very resistant. This could be someone putting up a big old fight, a big old stink about something. So once again, this could be a warning about bumping heads and conflict, just not seeing eye to eye with someone. However, the positive that we can pull from the Chariot with the Five of Swords, this could be somebody that has full locked-on determination to accomplish what they want. So depending on how the rest of this reading plays out, this could be extremely positive. But I do feel like there's this little caution. You might meet some resistance, right? There could be something you're wanting to do or accomplish. There could be a little resistance to that when we have this. Because I always say the Five of Swords can represent somebody with narcissistic tendencies. So if you have one in your life, they could be showing up here. They could be doing the most, right? Like if you have a narcissistic person in your life, this is a very extra type of energy. So let's move in on the star. I feel like that one's a coin flip. So let's see what's up with the star. We're not going to take it too seriously just yet. So why is the star here? Thank you. Queen of Cups. Yeah, the cautiously optimistic energy I was picking up, the Fool is here. The Queen of Cups could represent a water sign. Generally, it's something concealed, something within. Very positive, feeling better. A lot of you in the coming days and weeks, if you've been going through a rough time, you might start feeling improved, rejuvenated. That's a vibe I'm picking up here. But I do feel like this could be a little suppression here, but cautiously optimistic. You might be thinking that, all right, this might turn out better than I think. Or somebody thinking like, all right, this might actually happen, right? Whatever this is to you, right? Like this might actually happen. This might turn out exactly how I want. Because especially if we're seeing someone very determined here to achieve something, this could be the energy of something paying off in the end. Cautiously optimistic. So I want to see how the Fool plays, because that could be an important part of this reading. Because I feel like we're being taken on a journey here, Gemini. So let's see what's up with that Fool card. Then I'll do a quick recap before we get into the Shadow card. Interesting reading this week. So why is the Fool here? I do still feel this little resistance in the beginning. And even with the Star and the Queen of Cups, there's a little resistance that you might have to push through in this time. So why is the Fool here? Why is the Fool here? What's coming in? What's coming? What's going? Okay. Yeah, this could absolutely be some sort of cycle closing here, and I don't necessarily feel like it's all bad. We have the World card in the upright underneath this Fool. It's a card of beginnings, endings. This is the grand cycle, right? Because we have the first card in the tarot deck, which is the Fool, and the last of the major arcana, which is the World. So this could be some sort of completion, some sort of cycle closing out. A lot of you might be in that time of life where there's a lot of things closing out, a lot of cycles, endings of various different kinds. Now, every ending doesn't have to be sloppy. Every ending doesn't have to be bad, but you might be kicking over a new leaf coming soon, right? I mean, we are moving towards New Year here in the United States. But when I see the Fool card with the World, this is like journey completed, okay? Lesson learned, journey completed. I've done it, I've accomplished it. Now, if we go with the theme we've been seeing sweeping across here, with somebody very determined, cautiously optimistic, then this on the back end, it's like, all right, achieved. I did it. Something paid off. It's an accomplishment of some sort. Like, it's been a rough and rugged road. It took a lot to do it, but I can and will do this. So this is something paying off. Big winner victory in the end. So this is good. Even though we do have a couple of little possible speed bumps, for some of you, it could just be an ending, something closing out. But with every ending comes a new beginning, right? So let's go through and do a quick little recap here, and then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, and out of the 6 cards, we have 4 major arcana, very powerful. The World is karmic as well. But in position number 1, we have the Chariot with the 5 of Swords. And I felt like this could be big resistance, somebody fighting you all the way on something. Or the good part of this, it could be massive determination, like somebody who's willing to do something, push it through regardless of what it takes. Which, the way this progresses, it kind of makes sense. Like, this is someone who will not be denied, can't stop, won't stop. Just beware of people pushing back. In the center, we have the Star card with the Queen of Cups, that cautiously optimistic energy, like, all right, this might actually happen, or I might actually get what I want, I might get my way. This could be some sort of wish coming in, something you've been planning or working towards for a long time. Like, you might really buy into the belief that you can do this, whatever it is. But it's somebody who's like suppressing something as well. And the little resistance I was feeling. However, the most intriguing part of this spread is the Fool card with the World here on the back end. Sure, there could be a lot of cycles closing. There could be a lot of things ending in this time. It doesn't mean they're all bad. Sometimes it could be for the best. But just know in this time that is very big, where like one ending into a new beginning. So there could be big endings afoot, of course. Or the other thing I was feeling was journey completed, mission complete, right? Something paying off in the end. So still that victory type of mindset and energy. So let's get you one shadow card. And if you'd like, you could take a screenshot and look into these further. It's a very intriguing spread this week. And yeah, I'm going to shuffle these up one time. Let's just get you one shadow card. See what might be in the shadows. Whether it's a long-standing one, whether it's something new. What's in the shadows for Gemini? I always like pulling this at the end because it's very introspective. But only take it how it hits. What's in the shadows? Thank you. Okay, the High Priestess, nice. So very spiritual. A lot of you might have an extra interest in this time in spiritual matters, or you might need to tap into the next level of spirituality here. Now, when we get the High Priestess, she could also represent water sign type of energy, leaning more towards Pisces. But when I see the High Priestess, I do think of spirituality. A lot of you might need to protect your energy and protect yourself spiritually. I feel like you need to hear that, whether it's an evil eye or somebody wishing not the best on you. The High Priestess tells me that there may have been times in the past, aside from that whole spiritual aspect with the High Priestess, she could represent your intuition, your feelings. There may have been times where you didn't listen to your gut. You might have seen some red flags. You weren't listening to your intuition or your gut, and Spirit could be asking you to re-examine that and to trust yourself. Okay, that's a big vibe here. So we're going to put our High Priestess right there. And yeah, Gemini, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after the Fire Air readings this week. But for December, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. This is the deck I used in this week's reading. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which tarot card makes you happiest when you see it. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of December, I will put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.